Hello there, good people of the world. Welcome to another video and another stream. Yes, apologies for people who might have been waiting yesterday because I wasn't able to do the public Pacific tour yesterday. I did announce it on the forums, but I wasn't able to fly because of family schedule issues. Let's see. We were all a bit late yesterday, so I couldn't do it. First of all, so we're gonna make up for it tonight. What the hell is wrong with my volume? There we go. Extremely loud. Weird stuff. So, what are we gonna do tonight? Of course, we'll be continuing the Pacific Edge tour. What's the time? It's 10 minutes to 9 Zulu. I'll wait for a minute. There might be one or two people joining in tonight. Just want to take a quick look at the forums. And then we can basically go ahead. Oh, someone on the forums is asking whether I would consider using JoinFS or similar so 2020 users could fly along. Well, basically, why not? I have heard of this software. It's basically I think what it does is that it connects people across simulators, right? Actually, that would enable me to use Flight Simulator 2020, which I think that I would prefer that to I would possibly prefer that to it's for 2020. It doesn't really say if it's for 2024. Oh, no, it's not. There are open issues on GitHub for this. I'm going to show you real quick here. Yeah, so it has been developed for 2020, but obviously in Git, people say, or there is an open issue for 2024. And it says that the guy who originally developed it doesn't do it anymore. That was last year. I'm not blah blah blah. Only streams objects. Okay, there seems to be a workaround for this. Model matching stuff. Yeah, I would consider using it, of course, but I don't want to be a beta tester. So if that stuff actually works in 2024, I might consider using JoinFS. Otherwise, I'm sorry for time being. Maybe I want to take a look at it at some point in the not too far future. But today, not today. Today, not today. Let's start up the airplane. Actually, that's why we're here. Doop 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 doop. No taxi light, not yet. Temperatures should be good enough. Yeah, it's plenty warm here, 24 degrees. So let's start up the engine. Make sure everything is good to go for starting it up. So the NG value is at 21. We can go ahead and introduce the fuel. There we go. What's happening? Okay, so we are at San Luis County Regional, which is Kilo Sierra Bravo Papa. And let's take a quick look at Discord. Kilo Sierra Bravo Papa. Okie dokie. And looking at the tour, at our tour plan, let's see. Make the window a little bit larger. So the first stop or the first waypoint would be Santa Barbara. And after that there is Los Angeles. And after that there is Camp Pendleton. Or rather Miramar. Oh, wait a minute. I want to land at Miramar. Where is it? I desperately... Camp Pendleton? Miramar NAS. Where is it? Shouldn't it be here somewhere? Am I stupid? Oh, it's down here. Sorry. I thought it would be higher up. Okay, so we might make it to Camp Pendleton today, and then we're gonna buzz the tomorrow. We're gonna buzz. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I can't be here, but somewhere on sometime on the weekend we're gonna buzz the tower at Miramar to wake up the Top Gun guys. So. Yeah, first stop will be Santa Barbara, actually, and then, and there's Vandenberg. Oh, dude, let's just fly along the coast, really, and then let's see where we end up tonight. Minimum distance that we should be going is Los Angeles, so I'm gonna put in KLX as the destination in our system here. Direct to no KL Lima Alpha X-ray. Yep, here we go. So, okie dokie. Let's take a look at the clock. It's 9 p.m. Just make sure I don't miss anybody. Nope. Okay, so we're gonna start anyway. We're gonna fly bay heading. I am going to turn off the other computer here. And after that, by the way, I have a new headset with an integrated microphone, so you shouldn't be. I will probably sound different, so don't worry about that. Yeah, let's put in heading, then let's put in some values for the autopilot. No, not -700. We're gonna go to like, I don't know, 3000 at the beginning. Flight vertical speed 1200, something like that. Yaw damper on. And heading. That's good. Okay. So, next step would be, let's take a look at the checklist. We've got one, so we're going to use it. ATIS. Let's listen into ATIS for a second.
Dew point 9er. Altimeter 3008. Density altitude 1100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 29er, 25. Advise on initial contact. You have information. India. San Luis County Regional Airport, information. India. 1756 Zulu. Wind 345 at 3. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 24. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 3008. Density altitude 1100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 29er, 25. Advise on initial contact. You have information. India. San Luis County Regional Airport, information. India. 1756 Zulu. Wind 345 at 3. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 24. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 3008. Density altitude 1100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 29er, 25. Advise on initial contact. You have information. India. San Luis County Regional Airport,
Okie dokie.
information. India. 1756 Zulu.
Altimeter
Wind 345 at 3.
What?
Visibility 10.
3008.
Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 24. Dew point 9er. Altimeter 3008. Density altitude 1100 feet. Arriving and departing runways 29er, 25.
Let's
Advise on initial contact. You have information. India.
San Luis ground, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta. Good afternoon. I'm missing the speech component here. What the hell? San Luis ground, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta is on ramp. Request VFR to Los Angeles at 3,000 feet. Southbound departure with information. India. Request flight following.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta on departure. Maintain VFR at or below 3,000 feet. Departure on 127.725, squawk 6323.
Maintain VFR at or below 3000. Departure on 127.725. Squawk 6323 Delta Foxtrot Delta. Let's put in the transponder. 6 3
Kodiak Delta
2,
Foxtrot
4.
Delta, read back correct.
Delta Foxtrot Delta would like to request taxi to the active.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, taxi to runway 29er via Juliet Echo, cross runway 11, then Alpha.
Two Niner via Juliet Echo, crossing 11, then Alpha Delta Foxtrot Delta. Okay, that makes sense because we have 5 knots of headwind on 29. That's a good choice. Sometimes the AI does not make good choices, but in this case it does. So after hitting the taxiway, we turn right and then cross the runway. Okie dokie. Prop full forward. Taxi lights on. What else? Transponder, we did that. ADC, blah blah blah. Pido heat, we don't need that. Flaps 29 yet. No. So let's go ahead and taxi to the active. Release the parking brake. Okay, so we can, that's the beauty of AI controlled airplanes here. There's a glider doing taxi on a major runway without any help. He's not being pushed or pulled, it's just a glider. Oh Lord. So there's a guy. Is he on the runway? Yes, he is. And he's probably gonna run us over. Nope, they're running. Look at that. That is a helicopter basically taxiing on. He's trying to. Hey, dude, I'm here. He's running. This is so. I mean, this is so bugged that you cannot even make stuff up like this. Okay, okie dokie. Let's just go ahead and find our runway and then get out of here. What are you doing? Look at that. There's all kinds of stuff happening today that does not make any sense. This guy is sitting at a gate. The gate is extending to this guy. He doesn't even have doors on this side. This is so buggy, so utterly silly. That really actually kills my immersion. That's something that I won't ever understand, why they're putting stuff like this onto the market without properly testing it. It's just BS, really. I should be turning off this kind of traffic. It's just So much nonsense. I think I should be, if there's anybody of you who knows a nice add-on that can inject AI traffic that makes sense, then I'm a very happy recipient of any kind of tips regarding that. So let's switch to the tower frequency and ask for forgiveness. San Luis Tower, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, holding runway 29er, ready for takeoff. Southbound departure. So we can put this thing into high idle. And we can turn off the taxi light and turn on that landing light. And we can
Kodiak,
put the
November
flaps to
Delta
20.
Foxtrot. Delta, San Luis Tower, runway 29er, hold short, Skyhawk on the runway.
Holding short, 29er decimal, Delta Foxtrot Delta. I can't see anybody, frankly, but they might have their reasons. The helicopter still sitting on the runway. San Luis Tower, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, cannot see Cessna on the runway, but I do see a helicopter. What about him?
Kodiak, Delta Foxtrot Delta. The helicopter is clear of the runway. You are cleared for takeoff runway 29er. Southbound departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 29 southbound departure. Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta. Okay. I mean, he's still on the runway, but I'm grateful that we can take off anyway. Maybe we can do it before this. We can try to make a really short takeoff and try to get off the ground before we actually hit this guy. Yeah, there we go. Full torque for takeoff. And let's try our best. 55, 60, rotate, and take off. And we did it. That's the beauty of the Kodiak. It can basically take off on a dime and land as well. Okay, so we're going to turn left. We can raise the flaps one notch. And raise the flaps even further. Holy Lord, look at this traffic. There are people landing. A whole lot of them. Let's activate the autopilot for a second and put in heading mode. And we're going to do 1200. We can turn off the starter and ignition off and aux fuel
Kodiak Delta,
standby.
Foxtrot Delta, contact departure.
Contacting departure on... Yeah. Well, thank you. Goodbye. On 127.725. Good day. San Luis departure, Delta Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta. Good afternoon.
Kodiak November Delta Foxtrot Delta, Santa Barbara departure, radar contact.
2,000 RPM and some 1,700 torques. Okay, but let's make a left turn because we want to follow the coastline. So, because I'd like to see Vandenberg, it should be somewhere up ahead around here. Vandenberg AFB. Yeah. Okay, let's see where we are on the map. Yeah, we should be flying a little bit more to the south, somewhere here, because Vandenberg is probably going to be around here. Look at these massive beaches. This is like all freaking some dunes. So many dunes down there. That's probably one of the biggest sand pits that I've ever seen, where my kids could play all frickin' summer long. Really awesome.
Kodiak November Delta Foxtrot Delta Santa Barbara departure. Transition through the Santa Maria Delta is approved. Remain this frequency.
Transition to Santa Maria Delta approved. Continuing to monitor this frequency. Delta Foxtrot Delta. Look at these beaches. I'm not sure if I know that there are some people that I know of who can. I'm sorry.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact Santa Barbara departure on 124.15.
124.15 for Delta Fox Delta. Good day. There are quite a lot of people who I know that appreciate this kind of sceneries, these massive beaches. But I know also people who don't. I desperately, unwaveringly belong to those people who love this landscape, who love this kind of landscape. It is so awesome. These massive beaches and dunes where you can basically wander along for hours and hours on end. I'm not even sure we have something comparable in Europe. Maybe in southern France. That's where I have been. The dune du Pilat, dune of, in the vicinity of, in the southern area between Bordeaux and Biarritz, somewhere in the middle. That's also a very beautiful area, but this here is another special thing, really. And unfortunately, right now, this really awesome country with really awesome people in it is being taken apart by an administration who doesn't know the fuck what it's doing. That is very unfortunate. Or it knows what it's
Kodiak
doing.
Delta Foxtrot
And
Delta.
that's even
Transition
worse.
through the Lompoc Delta is approved. Remain this frequency.
Transitioning through Lompoc Delta. I will continue to monitor the frequency. Delta Foxtrot Delta. Oh, I should be reducing the torques here and not burn.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta. Transition approved. Remain this frequency.
Oh, yes, sir, I will. Thank you very much. So up ahead on the left-hand side.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, you're welcome. Continue monitoring the frequency.
Oh, yes, I will. Thank you very much. This is Vandenberg. This is the runway, the main runway of Vandenberg. And right behind that, this is Lompoc. I think, I didn't look it up, but if I remember correctly, Lompoc is a major, is one major, what is it called? Penitentiary? So a prison, basically.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact Santa Barbara departure on 124.15.
124.15 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. Good day. So let's talk to our tour guide and ask him. Oh, we should be talking to Murphy today because I just feel like it. I want two-tone Murphy. Here we go. Yo, Murphy, what's up? Oh, wrong stuff here. Hello, Murphy. How you do? How you do?
Top of the morning to you. I'm doing grand. Just living the dream up here in the skies, surrounded by the beauty of the world below. How's the flight treating you today?
Oh, so excellent. I would like you to tell me something about Lompoc. Isn't there a massive prison there?
Kodiak, indeed. It's known for the United States Penitentiary, a high-security federal prison. But don't let that overshadow its charm. The town is also famous for its flower fields and murals, making it a colourful spot in California's landscape. And let's not forget the nearby Vandenberg Space Force Base, a hub for space launches. Quite the mix of sites, eh?
Oh, absolutely. What kind of launches have been at Vandenberg? Launches into the space. That looks like a
Vandenberg Space Force
launching
Base,
spot.
a grand site for space enthusiasts. It's been the launch pad for numerous polar orbit and intercontinental ballistic missile launches. From satellites to space exploration missions, it's seen quite the array of rockets soaring into the cosmos.
Vandenberg, so ballistic missiles, maybe intercontinental ballistic missiles. So Vandenberg would be one of the first targets. If I were a Russian guy who wanted to make sure that America can't fight back with nuclear missiles, I would probably try to flatten Vandenberg. Are there any nuclear ICBMs stationed at Vandenberg?
Vandenberg indeed! It's a place where many a missile has taken flight. But as for nuclear ICBMs, they aren't stationed there permanently. The base is used for testing and launching various types of missiles, including ICBMs. But they're not kept there as a permanent arsenal. Quite the spot for some skyward adventures, eh?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, my friend. Vandenberg's been the launch site for many a missile test, but it doesn't house nuclear ICBMs permanently. It's more of a test and launch kind of place, you see.
I see.
I see you're taking in the sights, my friend.
I see. BM.
I see, says you. Well, isn't it grand to be taking in the sights from up here? If there's anything else you'd like to know, just give a shout.
What's a shout? What's this guy's mission?
A shout is just a wee bit of Irish slang for giving a holler or calling out to someone. It's like saying, give us a shout if you need anything. A friendly way to keep the chat going, you know?
Okay.
Okay, says you. Well, isn't it grand to be taking in the sights from up here? If there's anything else you'd like to know, just give a shout.
A shout?
Assigned, you say. Well, in the world of aviation, that could mean a few things, but it's often about being given a specific task or route. If it's about our flight path, we're just following the skies as planned. If there's more to it, just let me know, and I'll do my best to help.
You'll do your best to help.
I'll do my best to help indeed. Just let me know what you're curious about, and I'll share what I can.
How about any other sites that might be interesting here in the area that we're flying over right now? 38 degrees Celsius. Holy freaking Lord. We're gonna have
just off
to...
our starboard side, you'll spot the stunning La Purísima Mission State Historic Park. Built back in 1787, it's one of the most completely restored Spanish missions in California. The place is like a time capsule, taking you back to the days of the Spanish settlers. It's a grand sight from above, with its sprawling grounds and historical buildings nestled in the lush landscape. A real gem of history it is.
The lush landscape also contains lots of wind power stations, something like that.
Indeed. Just around these parts you'll spot the mighty wind turbines, harnessing the power of the breeze to keep the lights on. They're like giant graceful dancers in the fields, spinning away to generate clean energy for the area. Quite the sight, aren't they?
So let's tune in to the frequency Santa Barbara departure. Santa Barbara departure, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta transfer.
Kodiak, November Delta Foxtrot Delta, Santa Barbara departure. Good afternoon. Lompoc altimeter 30.09er.
30.09 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. I forgot to set the altimeter before we started. I should be checking my checklists. So, on the left-hand side, somewhere up here, probably behind this hill, we're going to see Santa Barbara, which is a nice town, by the way. I had the opportunity to be there once, and it was pretty. But that was like 25 years ago, so I cannot tell you if it's still cool today. A lot can happen within 25 years. Him again. There is quite a bit of movement in the air tonight. Fortunately, we do not have any passengers, so we don't need to waste any barf bags. Well, we've got him, but so far he hasn't been barfing even under the most stressful conditions. Wow, this music is making me let's listen to a little bit of synthwave, maybe. A little bit too loud, I would say. There we go. Couple of nice houses down there. This also might be an enormously enjoyable place to live. The only thing that might be a little bit off-putting is the fact that you need to drive quite a lot until you get to a major settlement where you can buy stuff, like groceries or something like that. But it sure is, I'm sorry, but it sure is nice down here. Oh baby. Oh baby, baby. Yeah, so we're nearing Santa Barbara. It's not that far away anymore. Somewhere up ahead, like here, I would say. And there is a major...
Just off our port side, you'll spot the Grand Gaviota State Park. It's a real gem of a place, nestled along the California coast. The park's known for its stunning beaches and rugged cliffs, perfect for those who love a bit of adventure. And if you're into hiking, the trails here will lead you to some breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean. It's a place where nature shows off its finest colours, and the sea breeze is as fresh as a pint of Guinness.
A pint of Guinness? Seriously?
A pint of Guinness, you say? It's the nectar of the gods, it is! Perfect for a grand toast after a day of flying high in the skies.
This guy's got drinking in his mind and not a whole lot else. Let's make sure we're not being followed by some sneaky, skinny guy. Nope, we're not. I'm actually wondering whether there is a difference between the world in 2024 and 2020. I mean, when it comes to there are a couple of differences that I know of, because obviously in 2024 you have a greater variety when it comes to trees and fauna and flora in general, but when it comes to the topography, to the photogrammetry and stuff like that, I didn't really recognize any difference. It might be there, but I haven't seen anything, and I haven't read about any differences that people could make out. So I don't know. The satellite imagery is the same, basically. I would expect. Otherwise, they would need to have two massive sources of data, which are terabytes in size, and that wouldn't make any sense. So it would be my expectation that the basic topography stuff and satellite imagery and the presentation of the world itself, without the obviously generated stuff like trees or houses, that the world basically is the same in both simulators. But I might be wrong about that, so if there's anybody out there who can give reliable information about that, I would be thankful. You're very welcome to post that into the comments of the video, or even, I don't know, on the flightsim.com forums. Up ahead there you can see that's Santa Barbara. And there's also an airport, of course, which has the code Kilo Sierra Bravo Alpha. And I think it's I'm sorry, it's quite a busy airport as far as I have experienced some 2 decades ago. And I guess it should not, it probably hasn't become any less crowded or less used. Santa Barbara, 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 Barbara. Santa Barbara, so very nice, yes please. It's probably also very nice to live down there. And probably also very...
just off our starboard side, you'll see the Grand Santa Barbara Municipal Airport. Built back in 1942, it served as a training base during World War II. And now it's a bustling hub for travellers seeking the sunny shores of Santa Barbara. The airport's nestled right by the coast, giving folks a stunning view of the Pacific as they come and go. It's a wee bit of history mixed with modern travel, all wrapped up in one.
Well, ain't that fantastic?
Indeed it is. The skies are full of wonders, and we're lucky to be soaring through them. If there's anything else you're curious about, just let me know.
What is Santa Barbara famous for except the airport?
Santa Barbara, a gem of the California coast. It's famous for its stunning beaches, the historic Mission Santa Barbara, and the beautiful Spanish architecture that dots the city, a place where the sun shines bright and the ocean waves dance merrily along the shore.
Seriously, I would like to know some of the real highlights. The mission is one thing, and what else?
Besides the mission, Santa Barbara is also known for its stunning beaches like East Beach and Butterfly Beach, perfect for a leisurely stroll or a bit of sunbathing. The Santa Barbara Botanic Garden offers a beautiful display of native plants, and the Santa Barbara Zoo is a delightful spot for families. And let's not forget State Street, where you can enjoy a bit of shopping and dining with a view of the mountains.
That sounds awesome, like. There's a golf course down there, right? Maybe.
Like the Grand Santa Ynez Mountains, just
There
over
is one.
Portside.
That's
They're
one.
a sight to behold, stretching majestically across the horizon. These mountains are a haven for hikers and nature lovers, with trails that offer breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean and the lush valleys below. Aye, it's a bit of paradise right here in California.
That is one densely populated area right there. The houses seem to be very small, at least some of them. That's probably it's some kind of hotel business down there. Or maybe a castle of some drug baron, somebody who's got a whole lot too much money. What is that? That looks ugly. Like a wastewater reservoir. There's another golf course, I would say. Probably. Maybe. And there are lots of trees down here. I'm not sure if this is actually a realistic depiction of the Santa Barbara area. I cannot imagine that within the city limits that there are so many trees down there. There's another golf course right there. I am not surprised. Oh, look at that. The inertia. No. What is this? That's some kind of light, right? So we're gonna this particular highway, by the way, is the 101. That's this endless highway that runs basically through almost all of the Californian west coast, I think. It's starting. I need to have a look at where it actually starts. I think it is even north of even to the north of, yeah, that's the 101. The 101 starts at, there it is, the 101, the 101, the 101, 111, the 101, 111. Where does it end, or actually where does it start? I don't really remember. So there is the 101, the 101, the 101. I think it is somewhere around Seattle, maybe. Anyway, so you can basically go through, you can drive along the coast for many miles just using the 101 from going from Seattle to Los Angeles, and that is really a fantastic road, and I've been driving parts of it at least, and that was very, very cool. That is an interesting island down there. Did we miss another golf course? Probably. So we're nearing the town of Ventura, and then there's going to be Oxnard and Camarillo and Point Mugu, and then we're slowly but steadily approaching the LA metropolitan area. Mugu. Mugu mugu, doopy 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 doopy.
Just off our starboard side, you'll find the lovely Faria County Park Beach. It's a wee slice of paradise along the California coast, perfect for those who love the sound of waves crashing and the feel of sand between their toes. This beach is a favourite spot for surfers and campers alike, offering a bit of everything from the thrill of catching a wave to the serenity of a beachside campfire. It's a place where the ocean meets the land in a dance as old as time itself, and from up here, it's a sight to behold.
So you say, but there is, the beach here is actually very crowded with houses, so I'm not sure if I actually would be able to camp here.
You're right about that.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta. Contact Point Mugu departure on 124.7.
Making it a bit tricky for camping, but it's still a lovely spot to enjoy the ocean views from above.
Mugu departure 124.7 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. Good day. Point Mugu departure Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta transfer. So right there, down here, this is Ventura.
Kodiak November Delta Foxtrot. Delta Point Mugu departure. Good afternoon. Oxnard altimeter 30.06.
Altimeter 0, correction, 30.06 Delta Foxtrot Delta. Yeah, so that is, here begins the greater metropolitan area of Los Angeles, I would say, because here it's getting more crowded. And now we should have a huge increase in airplane traffic as well, because LAX is, I would say, one of the biggest airports in America. Is that an aircraft carrier? No. So down here to our left, this is this area here is called Oxnard, and up here is Camarillo. And this area down here is probably pretty expensive to live at as well, but it's also very crowded. The houses do not really have any gardens around them, but who needs gardens if you can have beach? So there's another golf course. We've seen 4 so far on this leg, or I did recognize 4 golf courses, but there might have been more, of course. There's another one, I think. Might be one. And down here, this is Oxnard Airport. And the other one behind it, right there, this is Camarillo. And up ahead, somewhere around here maybe, there should be Point Mugu. The area around Los Angeles also has quite a lot of very nice islands. One of the islands that I would love to have visited, but I didn't have the time or resources to do so, is Catalina, which we could actually do a flyover during this tour. You know what we're gonna do? We're actually going to fly to Catalina and land there, because I wanted to do something like this in real life, but I couldn't. So let's fly to Los Angeles first and then head over to Catalina, and then we're going to end the leg for today. Catalina, Catalina. Catalina, Catalina. Catalina.
Just over 2 o'clock, we've got Carty Park right below us. It's a lovely little spot in Oxnard, perfect for a bit of recreation and relaxation. The park's a green oasis amidst the urban sprawl, offering locals a place to unwind and enjoy the outdoors. It's a grand sight from above, with its lush greenery and open spaces, a wee bit of nature's charm in the heart of the city. Aye, it's a fine place for a picnic or a leisurely stroll, if you're ever down on the ground looking for a spot to stretch your legs.
If you say so.
If you say so, my friend. Just enjoy the view and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to know about our journey.
So down here, this is Point Mugu. Point Mugu. Mogo. Yeah. What was I about to say before this guy interrupted me again? Up ahead, this you can see it's far in the distance. This is Catalina Island, actually. So Catalina, there's also a nice plane which is called Catalina, and that's a seaplane. And I think it played quite a critical role in World War II as some kind of reconnaissance plane in the Pacific mainly, maybe, because that was the first time in the context of World War II, the war in the Pacific, that I heard about the Catalina. It's a beautiful plane, actually. It doesn't really have loads like a beaver, but it's like a boat with wings, basically. And but you can also land on land, and I think it's extending the gear out of the fuselage, so it's dropping the gears, and then you can land on tarmac, for example. Yuckity yuck. There is Papa Karamalka flying an Airbus 320 Neo. Papa Karamalka. Papa Cabana. Yeah, so once we're past these hills
Kodiak
here...
Delta Foxtrot Delta, you're cleared into the Los Angeles Class Bravo airspace. Continue straight in towards the field. Descend at your discretion. Expect runway 25 right.
Point Mugu departure. Kodiak Delta Foxtrot would like to cancel the approach to Los Angeles. We're just going to transit through the airspace.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, roger. Continue with flight following through the airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 3,000 feet.
VFR at or below 3,000 Delta Foxtrot Delta. So, because once we actually reach Los Angeles, we're going to turn towards the south and fly to Catalina. Catalina. Catalina, Catalina. Whoopsie daisy, whoopsie daisy. I'm gonna have to get used to the fact that the microphone is now right here instead of somewhere above the displays. And there is actually a reason why I'm using this, because I had the feeling that the microphone that I was using before was not... you could recognize my speech, but as soon as I was turning away from the microphone, it didn't pick up as much. And people would not be able to hear me properly, so I decided that I wanted to have a decent microphone right beside my mouth, and I think it's working a lot better. And people are gonna be able to recognize and decipher my mumbling a lot better than from some kind of condensator microphone that's hanging from the ceiling.
Just ahead at our 12 o'clock, we've got the charming Charmley Wilderness Park. This lovely patch of green is nestled in the Santa Monica Mountains, offering over 532 acres of trails and scenic beauty. It's a grand spot for hikers and nature lovers, with views that stretch all the way to the Pacific Ocean on a clear day. The park is a haven for wildlife and wildflowers, making it a delightful escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. So if you're ever on the ground and fancy a bit of a wander, Charmley's the place to be.
That sure does does sound like awesome stuffy cook.
Sounds like you're having a bit of fun with the names there. If there's anything else you're curious about, just let me know.
What's your real name, Murphy?
Me real name, is it? Well, me friends call me Murph, but the full name's Murphy O'Sullivan, at your service. Always happy to share a bit of the sky with you.
Murphy O'Sullivan. That means you're from France, right? No, we did that.
France, you say? Well, that's a bit of a mix-up. I'm as Irish as a four-leaf clover, born and raised on the Emerald Isle. But I do appreciate the fine wines and cheeses of France, I must admit.
Aren't you some cliche sweet talker?
Cliche sweet talker, am I? Well, I suppose I've kissed the Blarney Stone a time or two, just trying to keep things lively up here in the skies, you know?
Lively up here in the skies, you know.
Lively up here in the skies, you say? Well, that's a bit of a riddle, isn't it? If you're looking for a bit of mystery and intrigue, the skies above us are full of wonders just waiting to be discovered. If there's anything specific you're curious about, just let me know.
I will let you know.
Defragger, just ahead at our 12 o'clock, we've got the stunning Santa Monica Mountains. These beauties stretch across Southern California, offering a grand view of rugged peaks and lush valleys. They're a favourite for hikers and nature lovers, with trails that wind through chaparral and oak woodlands. And if you listen closely, you might just hear the whispers of old Hollywood tales, as these mountains have been the backdrop for many a film and adventure. Aye, it's a sight to behold from up here, with the Pacific Ocean glistening just beyond.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me...
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact Los Angeles departure on 124.3.
124.3 Delta Foxtrot Delta, good day.
Here in the skies, a fine tune for flying if I do say so myself. If there's anything else you're curious about, just let me know.
Los Angeles departure, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta transfer.
Kodiak November Delta Foxtrot Delta, Los Angeles departure. Good afternoon. Santa Monica altimeter 30.06.
Altimeter 30.06 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. So many planes up in the skies. So there is Los Angeles. this massive city of crime and corruption and desperation and dilapidation and intrepidation and third superb. Whoa, shooby-doo. So there is LAX right in front of us here. The airport of Los Angeles, which is huge, by the way. It really is. It's even bigger than KSFO, I would say, so the airport of...
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, you're cleared into the Los Angeles Class Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 3,000 feet. Continue on present, heading for runway 25 right.
Los Angeles approach, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta will not land at LAX. We're just transiting the airspace. Maintaining VFR at or below 3,000, Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, roger. Continue with flight following through the airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 3,000 feet.
Los Angeles approach, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta would like to change the destination to Kilo Alpha Victor X-Ray Catalina Island.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, roger. Destination changed to KAVX Catalina Island. Continue with flight following.
Copy, Delta Foxtrot Delta. That here might be Santa Monica, I think, maybe. Yeah, that's the Santa Monica Municipal Airport.
Just off our 11 o'clock, about 3 miles out, we've got the Grand Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah.
This iconic landmark, built way back in 1909, is a favourite for both locals and visitors alike. It's got a bit of everything, from the historic carousel to the bustling amusement park with its famous Ferris wheel. And let's not forget the anglers casting their lines off the pier, hoping for a bit of luck from the sea. It's a sight to behold from up here, with the Pacific Ocean stretching out beyond it like a grand tapestry.
Unfortunately, we're not able to see the big wheel from the Santa Monica Pier. I can't see it. There's an airplane down there. Yeah, now you can see the massive airport. This is really huge. Two times that I've been here, that I was landing here actually, with large airplanes coming from Europe. And both times the approach was, I'm not sure if there's actually a different approach than from the water. I do not expect that, because otherwise you would be flying very low over the settlements here. I think that every single approach is probably, maybe, I'm not sure, I don't know, but every single one of the two approaches that I had were coming from the ocean, so from the south, no, from the west actually. Okay, so we're gonna follow this peninsula here, and then beyond that, back there, this is Catalina Island, so we're gonna go there, and we can actually start to put this into a flight plan.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact SoCal departure on 124.5.
SoCal on 124.5 for Delta Foxtrot Delta. Good day. Good day. So let's go ahead and put in Catalina. That's got the code Kilo Alpha Victor X-ray. Kilo Alpha Victor X-ray. There we go. That's not too far. We can go ahead and fly directly to it using nav, GPS, and then we can actually try to find a suitable approach. Looking at the wind right now, we've got 3 knots of wind coming from the east. Catalina has 2 runways, 22 and 04, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot which one we take. Let's just see what kind of approaches we have here. Procedures, and select approach, enter SXC. Which one is that? SXC.
Just over 10 o'clock, about 3 miles out, we've got the Gran Palos Verdes Peninsula. It's a stunning stretch of land jutting out into the mighty Pacific Ocean. Known for its dramatic cliffs and breathtaking ocean views, it's a favourite spot for hikers and nature lovers alike. The peninsula is also home to the Point Vicente Lighthouse, which has been guiding ships safely since 1926. It's a grand sight from up here, with the waves crashing against the rocky shores below.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, contact SoCal departure on 124.5.
SoCal departure 124.5 Delta Foxtrot Delta. So I'm not sure. Blah blah blah. Go back. Yep. Enter. Visual 22. It's okay. Sequence. Well, anyway, you know, we're gonna find a way to land there. We've got no wind right now. That's not a whole lot. It really doesn't seem to have any appropriate approach. Let's see what we have here. Nothing. Clear flight plan. Catalina procedure. Enter. Yeah, let's just go ahead and use that one. That's alright. I really have no idea what I'm doing. Approach loading. Activate? Yes, please do. Yep. Yep. Ah, here we go. Okay, it says that we should be at 2,374 foot. Okay. We're high enough for this. A Catalina. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Catalina, you're so nice, oh baby.
Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta, Catalina Airport at your 2 o'clock, 14 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Radar services terminated. Squawk VFR. Take care.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. Delta Fox, so Delta, good day. So transponder to VFR. And now we're going to change to the advisory frequency just for the fun of it. Holy Lord. Okay. The airport is actually pretty high. It's at 1,585 feet, which means that's about 500 meters above the sea level. Yep, it is. That is so very nice, you know. I don't know why, but it is nice. I really do appreciate higher altitudes. You know, I'm just talking nonsense. There are clouds here. Clouds. Whatever. Frickin' hell, son of a gun. Catalina, we could actually try to land on the helicopter airport landing spot, because I mean, you know, you could almost do a VTOL, a vertical takeoff landing with a Catalina here. It's not called Catalina, it's called catastrophic misconception Kodiak. It's so great. So good, so good, so great. Everybody should be doing this all the time. And I can positively say that all the tariffs that we put onto the world at every single moment is gonna make America great again. And you know, lean into the eye and lean into the eye. Where is the airport? There it is. Oh, look at that. The beauty of this airport is actually that you can see the surroundings basically, and you can fall off the cliff if you manage to basically overshoot the runway. You're just gonna drop off a cliff. Isn't that great? You don't even have to kind of take care of the rubble. It's just gonna fall off the cliff. You can leave it down there. That's awesome. Oh, we can actually do an interception here. Let's hit the approach button. Look at that convenience. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Let's put the prop full forward and make a little nice, convenient and lazy approach. Catalina King. We're going to do 110, 150 knots approach here. And lower the flaps 1 notch. We can turn off the labels there anyway. And reduce the speed even further. And the CTAF frequency. Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta is entering final runway 22 at Catalina. Lower the flaps fully. And the rest I can fly manually. The approach is beautiful from a perspective.
Just off our starboard side, at about 1 o'clock, we've got the Grand Catalina Island Conservancy. This wee gem covers about 88% of the island, protecting its natural beauty and unique wildlife. Established in 1972, the Conservancy has been working hard to preserve the island's ecosystems, including the famous Catalina Island fox and the mighty bald eagle. It's a haven for nature lovers and adventurers, with trails that wind through rugged terrain and offer breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean. From up here, it's a sight to behold, a testament to the power of conservation and the beauty of Mother Nature herself.
Mother Nature herself. Mother Nature.
500.
That was a bit too... the impact was a little bit too hard for my taste. Oh, that was a quick air. Look at this beautiful airport. The buildings. That's awesome. It's pretty crowded down here. A lot of caravans sitting here. Catalina, Kodiak Delta Foxtrot Delta has left the runway and is taxiing to general aviation parking, Catalina. Okay, parking brake. Let's put it to low idle and let the engine cool down a little before we actually turn it off. So that was a nice leg. I love Catalina. Look at this beautiful little airport with all these palm trees and stuff like that. You know what we could actually do? Why not? Why the hell not? Let's put it in reverse. Release the parking brakes. Let's roll backwards. I want to do a little sightseeing with my Kodiak. We're gonna roll. We're gonna drive to the end of the cliff. To the end of the runway, and let's look down the cliff. Maybe there's something interesting to see. Oh, look at that. There's some picnic area, actually. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? You can actually park your little airplane here and maybe even camp. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, there is a sign which says, due to the obstructed visibility between runway ends, use of Unicom is mandatory prior to takeoff. Well, I would do that anyway, so. Oh my gosh. This is not even reality, but it still looks utterly beautiful. I would say that if you see this in real life, it'll blow you away, probably. We're gonna park here, and then we're gonna pull out our little tent and stay here overnight. That's so awesome. Parking brake. And wait a minute to have the ITT come down. Yeah, now we can shut it off. Well, how about we open all the doors and latches and these goddamn things are in the way here. Here we go. We can open the doors. Well, I could if these seats were not in the way. It's almost impossible to get there. I would like to open the door, please. How about that? Well, doesn't matter. Let's take a look from the outside. A quick screenshot for the record, for the thumbnail, for the YouTube thumbnail, and then we're off for today. So it's been a pleasure, good people of the world. I'll see you pretty soon. Take care.